What is up, everybody? It is another beautiful Sunday morning, and you are listening to Super Gamecast on time, on the dot.
Oh,
Shocking.
we do it sometimes.
Yeah, entirely by
This is
accident,
true.
too.
This is very true.
I am joined by the always awesome Aaron Reynolds, rocking a lovely new tank top.
Yeah, I got this little tank top here, thanks to the art of our friend Bremen here.
Yes, you should.
How do I sit? Okay, there we go.
Yeah, you should all commission Bremen, and maybe you
Yes.
can also get shirts from us soon.
Maybe. Think
That's,
just keep that in mind.
Keep the idea going there. We're also joined by the lovely mod mommy herself, Emily Huslanda.
Oh, what's up, my nerds?
Ah, it's another day in gaming paradise.
Is it paradise though?
I just
Paradise,
it?
very loose
yeah,
quotes.
I was
Loose quote.
Good.
yeah, I was about to say you said paradise. I in my mind was just making a parody of Gangster's Paradise but with gamers. Ugh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just sitting here playing video games, thinking about video games. It's what I do.
That's what we
I don't know
all
about you
do.
guys.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I played a video game this week.
Did you now?
I played Destiny for like 50 hours this week.
Yep.
Holy
Mhm.
shit.
Yeah, I finished the campaign on Legendary and uh, got up. I'm up to 1996 for gear.
Yep.
Trying
Ready to
to
go?
trying to figure out some good builds. Cause hey, we're raiding and we're streaming it.
Yes, you're gonna be seeing those streams coming soon here in
Love to see it, folks. Yep.
about exactly a week, I think.
Yes, I cannot wait to watch everyone like. So the Avengers team that we have assembled
Uh-huh.
for this is we have two people who are like gods at Destiny. We have
Mhm.
one person who's like good, one person who's like average, and two people who are basically entirely new.
Yes.
And we're going into
Oh,
raids.
dear.
It's gonna be fun. It's a good mix.
It
It'll be
is.
interesting.
And also, if you've never done Destiny raids before, they require a lot of communication, like more so than any other raid content in any other MMO.
Mhm.
Like to a like I understand why they never wanted to put a group finder in the game for these because of the amount of voice comms you need.
Right.
Oh, shit.
Because of
Yep.
the amount of hey, we need to decipher this fake alphabet, or
Yep.
we need to talk about like how these musical tones work in the encounter,
Oh,
or
damn.
just yeah, and it's really cool, and that's why I've always stood by like the best content in those games is the raiding
Sure.
and the mini raids, which are dungeons. Um, yeah. So
Well, we'll get into all that. We got some Destiny 2 to talk about for sure.
we do.
This podcast.
Yeah, and then other than that, I definitely played another game this week. I'm just trying to remember what it was. Whatever. Anyway, yeah, no, with the, just, other than that, like, it's been a kind of boring week for me. I worked, new job's doing
Okay.
alright.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah,
And hanging out.
yeah, just working and, all that the post not E3 stuff going on.
I
Oh
have
yes,
some words about it,
E3.
too.
E3.
The
Or
prevailing
at least one of the panels.
Yeah, the prevailing sentiment that I am getting on the internet, I cannot speak for your guys' feeds, but in my feed, it was very much the vibe was very much along the lines of, holy shit, we miss E3, and that was just 4 to 5 press conferences, not 16 showcases, most of which kind of suck.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's I I didn't know. I wasn't able to keep up with what was going on with Summer Games Fest. Like the moment I started seeing all these conferences going off in different directions, I was just like, I don't
Hold
even
on.
know.
I was. If you give me a minute, me and Anthony put a list together of all the ones that were like there.
Okay.
Um, Okay, so you had uh the PC game showcase, the Xbox showcase,
Mhm.
the Summer Games
Mhm.
Fest, the Devolver showcase, the Ubisoft showcase, the IGN Live, Next Fest, Future Games, Latin American Games, Cozy Games, Gorilla Games, Indie 3, Indie Next, Sony State of Play, OTK Games Expo, Accessibility Showcase, and then Day of the Devs.
I don't. I don't know. That's yeah. I'm not watching all those.
No,
I mean,
neither am
I
I.
watched the Ubisoft one, so
Yeah,
Oh,
like we picked a couple for
I
sure, but
I watched the Summer Games Fest on a second monitor while I was working.
sure.
Um, and
good.
out of that, I was like, man, that Power Rangers, that Dragon Ball game both look cool. Everything else there
Yeah.
kind of eh. And
Right.
then I watched the State of Play, and then I watched Xbox, and the rest of these I kind of just waited for stuff to filter out of them.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. It used to be an event, and it doesn't feel like an event anymore.
no, yeah, like I was
Unfortunately.
like even like listening to Jeff talking about like companies booking appointments where it feels like really old like that E3 that they did, and I want to say it was like Santa Monica, where it was like just
Hmm.
driving to different
Oh,
hotel rooms
way
and shit.
back,
Yeah,
way back when.
yes. So yeah, like it was just kind of one of those things where it's uh, it makes you really miss E3 more than anything.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least in my at least for me, like it's that's what it's doing for me. It is like you know, because you had four places, maybe five. You had Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, EA, maybe Ubisoft or a PC game showcase, like, but or Devolver, you know, but it wasn't like this, you know, it was all centralized. And the argument for, you know, decentralizing was, oh, we're going to be able to like get more of the spotlight on just our stuff. And I'm like, that doesn't work if you put it all the same week, you fucking idiots.
Well, right, exactly. But there is also an argument to be made of like there are more games than ever before. A lot of them are not relying on the big name, console makers and publishers to get those games out. And so having shows for them to be able to show their games off is important. It's just like I don't know if there is necessarily a centralized way to show off all those games.
I also think that like don't set it the same week as the Xbox showcase and the PC game showcase and the Summer Games Fest. Now, if you can get your indie game into Summer Games Fest, then great, like cool.
Props to ya.
But like,
See what I'm hearing is we should see if Valve wants to start putting on quarterly conferences.
they kind of do with Next Fest, right?
Yeah, but that's not a
It
conference
doesn't
conference.
technically
No,
count.
that's kind of its own thing. But still, like it's happening right now, and here's a celebration of upcoming games, and
Yeah,
you know,
it's there,
front and
but
center.
yeah.
Hey, bro, you got Iron Meat and Big Boy Boxing on your wish list. And I'm like, I sure do. Um,
But that's the thing is I gotta go sift through all that to find the stuff I'm interested in.
yeah, and
Whereas the whole point of a conference is you sit down, grab some food, and
well,
here's trailer after trailer after trailer.
yeah, and then at that point, it's the same thing. Like it would be Valve like picking like here's the stuff we think is cool. Um, but
Well,
yeah,
right, again, which then blends to the argument of like it's tough to centralize with more and more interesting video games coming.
yeah, like the thing is like I think doing what the Gorilla Collective did which is here's all these cool indies in one. I mean, that's how I found out about Iron Meat, right? Is
Okay.
but like just and they showed Volgar the Viking 2 there. I forgot about that. But the problem is they're doing it in a way where it's like, hey, you're doing it the same week as all these other showcases. Like, you need to do a guerrilla collective in like January, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like a guerrilla collective in like March, not the same week as 12 million other showcases. And I get that that might be hard, especially, for these indie games. Them going down to Summer Games Fest and the Xbox thing that's down there the same week is a good way to get in front of press, too. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that way, so I see why they're like piggybacked on that. It's just that I don't know, it just feels like it's too, yeah, man. I don't
It's a
know.
lot,
It's
and
it's a lot.
again, like okay, how about PAX? PAX should be the place where all of these get centralized into conference forums.
Yeah, I think that would be a great
I
idea.
mean, that would be nice.
But
That way, like that's a fun thing to do, and it's off from E3 or Game of the Year time.
the problem with PAX now is they're owned by Reed Pop, and they're not gonna want to do that shit.
Yeah, and yeah, I was gonna say Repop's a bit of a stickler.
Like
Much as I
Reed Pop doesn't
Great.
even link to the Penny Arcade forums or website anymore. Like if you
Jesus.
go to the PAX
yeah,
website,
no.
like if you go to the PAX website or any of the PAX websites, it doesn't have a link to Penny Arcade directly, and it doesn't have a link to and like any of that stuff.
That's
Um,
weird.
yeah. Versus PAX itself, or versus you on the Penny Arcade website, and there is a link to PAX, the PAX websites.
Right. Of
So,
course. Strange.
yep. Uh, and it's I don't know. I want to go down to PAX. If I can afford it next year, we'll see. Because next year I'm going to Evo for sure and doing the new computer for sure next year.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
But if I can swing it next year, I would love to go up to PAX just to get interviews with indie devs and showcase cool indie
Sure.
shit.
Yes.
That'd be fun.
That would be. I've been like every E3 on Facebook. It's just like or around E3 times. Like, remember all this cool event coverage you did? I'm like, I sure do. I miss
I
it.
missed it. Fuck.
Uh, um. Yeah. So
So you're
yeah.
thinking about it, huh?
Oh, it's not just a thinking about it. It's like I'm doing it. It's just a matter of when and
And it being
money.
done.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So
Well, cool. Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Because I know I can get in front of indies and be like, let me showcase your video game to 200 people, and they'd probably be pretty stoked
Right.
for it. But,
Sure.
you know. But yeah, so all those conferences happened, man, and I ended up getting some stuff for my wish list. I ended up putting Iron Meat on my list, and the Power Rangers game, and the Dragon Ball game. And I remembered
Good.
Beyond the Ice
Good.
Palace exists, you know. So like that,
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of wish list material out of it, and there were some cool games. It's just it didn't have the magic of E3, I guess. You know.
Okay.
Understandable.
All right.
The Xbox showcase had a little of it, you know. But
Yeah.
but the problem with that is you're depending on Xbox to put stuff out on time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway.
All right.
Yeah, hey, speaking of news and stuff coming out on time, there wasn't a whole lot this week because it was kind of the post hangover of the not E3. But
Yep.
we got the results of that Capcom survey we took a couple months ago. Y'all remember that?
I
Oh
forgot about that.
yeah.
Yeah.
The results are in, and the results are no one from our group is getting anything that they want.
awesome.
Nobody's
All I have
ha-
to say is just a good old fashioned
nobody's
fuck
happy.
off with that shit.
Nobody wins.
No one's happy?
Great.
God.
Wow. All right. So what are the results?
All right, so first off
Lay
is
'em
the
out.
ratio of Capcom players is 82% men, 14% women, and 4% other.
Wow. Wow.
Ooh, wow.
Good
Yeah.
lord. Okay.
A lot of dudes. The majority of the player base is in their 20s or 30s, with the smallest amount of their player base being 60 plus with 1%.
Okay. Hey,
Holy shit.
they're out here.
The biggest audience for Capcom is the United States, shocking,
Mm-hmm.
followed by
Obviously.
Japan, also shocking.
Oh,
But
Mhm.
surprisingly enough, in third place is Brazil.
Brazil. Okay.
All right. Cool. Hell yeah.
All right. So,
Easily in love.
the
Way to go.
number one character for Capcom is Dante from the Devil May Cry series.
That not surprising.
Not
you
surprising at all.
Guess what the number one title that people picked though?
Number one title?
Yep, the best Capcom title.
Oh, I doubt I could guess it.
I doubt I could guess it.
Give me a shot. Give me something.
Street Fighter. Oh.
All right, M.
I say it was Mega Man Capcom?
That's Capcom.
Yes.
Yes.
You would both be wrong.
Okay.
It's Devil May Cry 5.
Oh,
Motherfucker.
that's shocking. All right,
Okay.
cool.
All right. Which Capcom games do you feel best? This is our best. Do you like the best? This is the top 10, okay? So this as
Okay.
voted by the people who voted in this Capcom Super Election, the top 10 Capcom games.
Okay.
All right. Number
Hard to believe that
10,
Devil May Cry is on that list.
number 10 is Breath of Fire 3.
Interesting.
9 is Monster Hunter World.
I'm familiar with that one. Okay, that 9?
Yep. 8 is
Jesus.
Resident Evil 2 remake.
Okay.
7 is Resident Evil 4.
Okay.
6 is Monster Hunter World Iceborne.
Oh, all right.
5 is Okami.
Wow.
Nice.
4 is Devil May Cry 3.
Yep.
3 is Resident Evil 4 remake.
Mm.
2
Okay,
is Dino Crisis.
Really?
What? People
And-
are just trying to send a message here.
Dino Crisis
it's
remake.
not
Wait.
it's not about money, it's about sending a message.
Exactly.
um,
Man,
number 1 is
What?
Devil May Cry 5.
Yeah.
So there was an
Where
interesting.
the M5 got on that list.
So a very interesting breakdown though. Number 1 in Japan was Okami. Number 1 in the rest of the world was DMC5. By the way, the Dino Crisis got 10,978 votes, all of them coming from the rest of the world. Not a single person in Japan voted for Dino Crisis.
I don't. What a weird pick. All right. Yeah.
Um,
Uh-huh.
Really interesting, for 3 and 2 in Japan, it was Phoenix Wright Games.
Huh. Yeah.
Phoenix?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Sure.
They're good games. I like them. I don't think they're bad
I mean,
games.
Yeah.
they're great games. I
They're-
had a lot of fun playing those, but holy shit.
You know. No, Japan, also, no surprise, Japan really fucking likes Monster Hunter because it eats up 1, 2, 3 of their spots.
Yep.
Phoenix Wright eats up 3 of their spots. Then Mega Man Legends, Street Fighter, Monster Hunter, Okami. Versus the United States and the rest of the world fucking love Resident Evil, baby. They
Hell yeah.
love it.
Yep.
We apparently have a thing for horror games.
Breaking it down by gender, the number 1 game for the female voters is Okami.
Okay.
And for males, it's Devil May Cry 5.
That sounds about right.
For
Yeah, pretty much.
generation, people from age 10 to 30, Devil May Cry 5. For 30 to 40, Dino Crisis. 50 plus,
Sure.
Dino Crisis.
What is happening here? I don't get it.
Okay, so, now this is franchise, so whole series. So the entire world, number 10 is Okami. Number 9 is versus Capcom.
Oh.
Number 8 is Breath of Fire. 7 is Street Fighter. 6 is Ace Attorney. 5 is fucking Dino Crisis again. 4
Okay.
is Monster Hunter. 3 is Devil May Cry. 2 is Mega Man. 1 is Resident Evil.
Wow.
And Japan's list looks way weirder.
I'm sure.
And also, no surprise, number 1 in Japan is Monster Hunter.
Not surprised at all.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Okay, so the most popular characters at Capcom. Number 10 is Amaterasu from Okami. Number 9 is Regina, who I'm pretty sure is from fucking Dino Crisis.
Okay.
Double check that real quick.
Number 8 is Phoenix Wright. 7 is Mega
Good.
Man. 6 is Jill Valentine. 5 is Zero from Mega Man. 4 is Virgil. 3 is X from Mega Man X. 2 is Leon Scott Kennedy from Resident Evil, and number 1 is Dante.
No, damn right.
Okay.
Just so you know, Regina is the only playable character in Dino Crisis. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Dino Crisis remake when Capcom.
That's what they're saying. What else do you take from this?
Message the fans are Sunday. Give us a goddamn remake.
Me and
okay?
Ninja voting in this were play at a different agenda. Actually, all of us were in a different agenda of we want Beautiful Joe back.
Right.
I mean,
I was so hoping, and no.
Beautiful Joe. Throw
You know.
some love to that motherfucker. Jesus.
And then
I'm telling you, man. Yeah, we'll talk about it when we get to the end of this.
And then the versus agenda I also had not here, but all right. So going down the line, we also have most popular character by generation. Fun fact: Dante is most popular for people 10 to 29. Leon is most popular for 30 and up.
Interesting.
Dang.
Interesting.
Yep.
All right.
So there's that. Most popular characters for most popular character to men, Dante. Most popular character to women, Jill Valentine and Chun-Li.
Okay.
Yeah, that's confirmed.
So
did they tie or were they just really close?
Sorry, that was Japan, and then that was America, and then Japan. So in Japan it's Chun-Li,
okay.
in America it's Jill Valentine.
All right.
To be fair,
Dante is the ideal man.
Dante is the man that men want to be, and women want to be with.
Want to be with.
Well, I don't think they
No.
pulled for that, but you know.
All right.
But if you did, you'd get that answer.
So we have our top 10 what people are looking for most in a Capcom game. Number 10 is a first time experience. Number 9, Parker in the chat. Holy crap, I somehow made it. Thank you.
Hey,
welcome.
Nice to see ya.
Number 9 is play with players worldwide. Number 8 is superb graphics. 7 is novel worldview. 6, high difficulty levels to feel accomplished and superior. 5, depth for repeat play. 4, memorable and moving background music. 3, unpredictable and exciting storylines. 2, unique and attractive characters. And 1 is Capcom's exhilarating gameplay.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And and in Japan, number 1 was unique and attractive characters, beating out exhilarating gameplay by 7 votes.
Which again, oh my god. Which again, like Capcom has been nailing both so far in recent years.
Yeah.
So keep going.
As for what image people have of Capcom, the number one thing that people bring out is their creative spirit, followed by strong originality and amazing creators' treasury. So,
sure.
Their IP, essentially, is the last one. Is how I read that. So, the number one thing is just how creative Capcom is. Alright, so this one, any game you would like to see a sequel or get a new game? Aaron, this is going to be sad for us.
Man, alright.
Number 10, Breath of Fire. Number 9, Onimusha. Number 8, Ace Attorney. 7, Okami. 6, Versus Capcom. 5, Darkstalkers. 4, Resident Evil. 3, Devil May Cry. 2, Mega Man. And 1, Dino Crisis.
I knew it.
What in the fuck is happening?
See,
uh,
you can do, Aaron, you can do what I do with Jade.
Uh-huh.
Cosplay as Beautiful Joe at PAX and have people come up to you and ask when are they coming out with a remake. Go ask Capcom.
There you go.
just,
Yeah,
just,
exactly
just,
right.
just go to Capcom and when do I come back? When is my time?
I am pretty sure I am on Ubisoft's shit list because of the fact that I send everybody to their booth when I cosplay
Right.
as Jade.
Right. Yep.
Alright.
It's
I have some words for I
So,
have some words for Ubisoft
in
too.
Japan, it doesn't get any better, by the way.
Oh god.
In Japan,
Alright.
the number one thing they're asking for is a new Ace Attorney, followed by a new Monster Hunter, followed by a new Mega Man. So,
Yep.
Okay, Mega Man's in the top 3.
yeah,
Yeah.
so
It's good.
by
There's
gender
some love for Mega Man.
breakdown, the number one thing men want is a new Dino Crisis. The number one thing women want is a new Ace Attorney.
What the fuck?
Okay, this
I
is
mean,
where
I can understand.
Look,
this is where the
people
generation
like them Ace Attorney games.
this is where the generation divide gets
Dino Crisis.
really weird. So, number for 10 to 29, Devil May Cry is number 1. 30 to 49,
Okay.
Dino Crisis. 50 plus, they all want a new Darkstalkers apparently.
Would.
You know, yeah, look,
Oh.
Darkstalkers, it's been a good long time.
Yeah.
Now's the time
so-
with this engine and the fighting games being what they are. This is a good time for Darkstalkers.
Well, apparently the rest of the world thinks it's a good time for Dino Crisis.
I mean, that's kind of understandable because it has been 20 some odd years
It's
since
been
their
a long
last
fucking
game.
time. It's been almost 30 years. 25. Actually, it's
Well,
20.
the last Dino Crisis game came
Yeah.
out in like 2003.
Yeah, but the game was
These people need to be
poopy.
more vocal online about it. They're just very quietly waiting for a Dino Crisis. I never see anyone talk about it.
Also, Dino Crisis 3 was very poopy. Let's be honest.
That doesn't help.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so was Dino Stalker. So the good ones were 1 and 2. But
Right.
Yeah, which that was like 99, 2000. So it's been
a
like
minute.
25 years at this point.
So
I can understand where they're coming from with putting Dino Crisis in this list because it's high time for a remake. So Dino Crisis remake when, Capcom?
It sounds like there's interest.
well,
This is the
apparently
message that they're sending.
the majority of people do not want a remake because is there a game you would like to see completely remade with the latest technology, including character design and story? The winner was the game is not in here listed. Next was Onimusha, then Breath of Fire, and
Wait, what?
yep, and
I
then
wouldn't mind an Onimusha remake.
then Mega Man 1, 2, and 3, then Rival Schools.
Wow.
Interesting.
I mean, Capcom has a lot of games they can pull from, so I guess game not mentioned here. Not necessarily super surprised, but it's like I'm curious now. I wish they were able to narrow down, be able to like say like who of the not here was most popular, but I guess I can't do that. So.
80. Well, here's so 87,000 Beautiful Joe fans screamed out in agony.
Dude,
How many?
okay, so I'm sitting here looking at this and I'm thinking like I just don't know if people are. I think people love the character and the world, but I really think the gameplay in that style, like making another one of those, isn't what people want.
Okay, all right.
That's what I think.
Let's then you go call Platinum Games up, and you're like, "Yo, dog,
Like,
how about
bruh,
you make
what the hell?
Bayonetta, but Beautiful Joe?"
Mm-hmm.
Because Bayonetta has slow down, speed up stuff. Let's just you go, make that
Let's
shit
just flip the
3D.
character and
All right. So
It'd be cool.
what do you think the first Capcom game majority of people played was?
Resident Evil 4.
M.
Like in general, or
Are
In
we talking
general.
America?
Well, no, worldwide. Worldwide. First game,
Oh,
Capcom game people
worldwide.
played.
First
Say
game
it's
or?
What was the first Capcom game you played?
Oh,
I would
okay.
say either Monster Hunter or I'm gonna say Dino Crisis because it's getting
It's-
I will
I'm
give
gonna go
ever.
Monster Hunter. I'm going safe pick Monster Hunter.
I will give everyone a hint and say Dino Crisis was 9, but no,
Oh my god!
Monster Hunter isn't even in the top 10 overall.
Wow.
Yep.
Mega Man.
Resident Evil.
It's gotta be Mega
That's
Man.
gotta be Mega Man's probably gotta be high up there.
Okay, so Aaron, you say Resident Evil, you said Mega Man.
Yep.
All right, so Mega Man's number 1.
Yep.
Resident Evil's number 3. Street Fighter 2 is number 2.
Okay, that makes sense.
Street Fighter 2. Nice.
In Japan, it's Street Fighter. In the rest of the world, it's Mega Man. For men, it's Mega Man. For women, it's Phoenix Wright.
Damn straight.
Yeah.
Also, by the generation breakdown, people 10 to 29, Resident Evil 4, 30 to 49, Street Fighter 2, 50 plus, 1942, like the World War II plane game.
Wow.
Oh shit.
Wow. Interesting.
Their number 2 is Ghosts and Goblins.
Oh God. All right.
All right, which Capcom game has influenced you the most? Everyone, give it a guess. What is it? What do you think?
Which Capcom game has influenced you the most?
Mega Man.
Kath, you're saying Mega Man. Aaron?
I'm gonna go DMC3.
That was number 2, actually.
Okay.
Number 1 was Resident Evil 4. And
All right.
then, as for Mega Man, the only Mega Man was Mega Man X at number 8.
Oh.
I'll take it.
All right.
It's a Mega Man game. It works.
The most influential in the world was Resident Evil 4. In Japan, it was Phoenix Wright. For
Phoenix
men,
Wright still. Yep.
for
Still
men,
holding strong.
for men, Resident Evil 4. Women, it's Phoenix Wright.
Yep.
By generation, 10 to 29, DMC3. 30 to 49, Resident Evil. 50 plus, Street Fighter 2.
Whew. All right.
Fighting games are for old men.
They look, they kind of are.
All right, so the number one fighting game, or sorry, the number one complaint that people have with Capcom is that they need to reboot previous IPs.
Thank you.
I agree.
Sure.
There's some games out there that could use a little love.
Beautiful Joe, Okami, the Versus series.
Now's the time.
Their
I'll
next,
take a-
their next complaint was no complaints. Keep up the good work.
Yeah. Look. They're doing great.
Their number 5 complaint is too many sales.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Number 3 is slow release of new numbered titles, which my response is, what the fuck are you talking about? Capcom puts out a new
Right.
game like every year, sometimes 2 to 4.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Worldwide, everyone, Japan included, reboot previous IPs.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
As
you.
I sit out the Capcom window with my boombox, being like, bring back Beautiful Joe and Marvel Versus.
Yep.
Oh, please, for the
Mm.
love of God, Capcom.
You know, I'm out there like, baby, come back. You can blame it all on
Yeah.
me.
It all on me.
Alright, so we welcome all your support for Capcom, and then yes or no, and then it depends on how you behave. I hate the internet because the majority said yes. Second place was it depends on how Capcom behaves, and then practically no one said no. So,
All right.
That's fair.
yeah, and then that was it. That was
Okay.
yep. They got, and then they advertised some cool as fuck merch in their store, which I keep meaning to buy some shirts from them.
Sure.
Gonna buy an Akuma shirt. Gonna be cool.
Yeah. Get an Akuma shirt.
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah. I think yeah, I think people just want I think the Beautiful Joe fans, people who want Beautiful Joe, like classic Beautiful Joe, it's just not going to happen unless
No,
they give it to some small team.
I don't even think we're getting the character ever again, my guy. Shit's dead. Shit's
Man,
dead. Shit is dead. In a fucking Capcom went out back and shot Beautiful Joe in the face, and his blood is all over the ground. He's being found by fucking Captain Blue. Uh,
he lives in Marvel Capcom 3
yes, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, that 14-year-old video game. Oh no, 13-year-old
Yep.
video game. I'm sorry.
with a new mod coming with being pushed by Max Dude and
Yeah,
during a slow revival of fighting games.
all 300 of us are really enjoying it.
Hell yeah.
Also, he's shit in that game, mind you.
Yeah, well,
Rough.
it's not fun to just play all the top tiers.
Okay. I mean, I agree, but I'm also someone who most of the time rides the fucking low tier struggle bus anyway, so.
Well, exactly. I'm here to play the characters I like.
Yeah, like, yeah, dead. What this does make me excited for is it's very likely we're getting a new Devil May Cry.
That's nice.
Oh.
I should brush up on my Dino Crisis apparently.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Dino
All
Crisis
right.
stream, baby. Let's go.
Sure. See what the fuck Dino Crisis is.
Did you finish Silent Hill 1 yet?
No, I haven't had time. Like,
Mm.
shit, my schedule's been really messed up. I haven't even gotten a second session in.
Mm.
So I want to, but
Let me tell you, for old games like that, one of these, they're great.
oh, okay. Well, we'll get into that after.
Oh?
No, not I didn't buy one.
Okay, I was about to say, like, another one. It's like the 9th person this year I know who bought a fucking PC handheld.
Well, it's I'm getting closer. I will say that. I'm getting closer.
Let me tell you, man, it's a fucking great device. In my case, I don't even travel much. Like, I literally mostly just use it just chilling on the couch. But, like, still.
Well, the thing is, I'm on a bus for 50 minutes to an hour each way from work.
Oh
so
God,
it's like...
yeah, worth it. Let me tell you, the when I was bussing that much, my Vita and then Switch was like my best friend.
Right.
So definitely,
I am getting there. Let me tell you.
I think I always recommend the Steam Deck as the best option, but they do have the nice version of the Z1 Extreme Ally for I think $550 now.
Mm-hmm.
But you also have to put up with Asus's terrible fucking support if it breaks. So that's something.
Yeah, I might as well get into it just briefly now while we're talking about it.
Yeah.
My coworker got it from I guess a used one from Pink Gorilla.
Alright, that makes sense.
Got it for like $300, and so it was a very good deal. And yeah, so I messed around with it, and goddamn, that thing feels good.
Did he get the OLED or the regular? Probably the regular, I'm guessing, because $300.
Oh, I don't recall. I didn't even recognize whether it was. It was probably the regular. But yeah, that thing feels good. If I can play some old video games on that, that would be awesome.
MU Deck is amazing.
Yep.
Like, definitely go and do all the prep work for it to do the BIOS dumps for it and the ROM dumps. But but once you get that shit ready and you're good to go, like, man, it's fucking cool. And then there's a whole website called Steam Deck HQ, which reviews how well modern games like run on deck. So like, they just did a review of Kingdom Hearts 3 and 2.8, and they're like, apparently its performance on deck is a 4 out of 5.
Okay.
So, yep.
Okay.
Versus Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 remix are a 5 out of 5. And so.
Good.
Yep, and then it can run it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, go ahead.
So I'm just, I'm looking at it. The money situation is such that I'm not running out to do it immediately, but
Yeah, no,
I'm
because if
I'm
you
getting there.
the highest end model, which is the one I do the two models I recommend are the highest end model, which is 650, and then the
Hmm.
mid range model, which is 550. So those things are still
Right.
expensive. They're not console pricing. Um,
Yes. Yeah.
but I think that the extra benefit you get of just being able to fucking run ROMs is nice. Like it's.
It's super nice.
I think that my biggest problem with it is, like I said, just the fact that because it operates like a PC, oh, I want to play an EA game, I want to play, this game. Well, you're gonna have to do a check-in with a server and hope your hotspot works or whatever the fuck.
Right.
But if you're, you know, if you do that before that, then put it in sleep mode and then get on the bus, you're fine. But it's like it's not. I do want to warn people before they run out and buy these and then get mad at us. Um,
Yeah.
Especially because Anthony and I did that whole episode on God damn it, we love our Steam Decks basically, and think it's
Right.
probably the future of the industry. Um, it's it's very PC like, and that comes with all the
Yes.
good things of being PC like, but it also comes with some of the shitty things of being PC like.
Exactly.
So be aware, this is not a Switch. Like the Steam Deck is closer to the Switch. ROG Ally and Legion Go, that shit's legitimately just full on computers.
Right.
But the Steam Deck, it's like close. It's a tweener between a Switch and like a regular computer. And
Mm.
in that sense, it's like you're gonna run into some hurdles that are very much shit you would experience on a PC, and you might find fucking annoying, especially if you're like in my situation where I got a bunch of downtime at work in this temp office. I'm gonna pull out my
Yep.
Steam Deck and I want to play Burnout. It's like, no, fuck you. You can't play Burnout because we can't check in. You know,
Right.
or like, or just like, oh, I want to play this game, but it's not compatible with Linux, or it's compatible with Linux, but you need to run it in a different Proton layer. Which that's like you just download something on the internet and then you go into the settings and you change it, but it's an extra step, an extra
Yeah.
annoyance. This is not a Switch situation where I press a button and I'm playing a game.
Right. Yep.
So that is something that
But having some experience with PC games, I'm willing to go through that headache if it means, if it's not too bad, and I
I
get to play the games that I want to play on the go.
I haven't found it too bad, and it also, in my opinion, depends on what you want to play.
Right.
Because like Destiny 2 doesn't work on the motherfucker,
Right.
for example.
Rough.
So that like it'll work on the ally, but it does not work on the deck. Or like what's another big one that stood out to me? Like Dragon Ball Fighters, I can't do any of the internet stuff with it. I have to
Sure.
play it offline. Um, so
I get it.
like I said, it very much go to steamdeckhq.com and look up whatever games that you really want to go for. You're just using it as an emulation machine though, it's perfect. It's the best one out there.
That's kind
Universally,
of what I'm thinking. Like, if I get a cheap deck or something, and then just play like a bunch of PS1 games I've wanted to check out for a long time, you know.
yes. If you're looking for just emulation box, it is the best one. The
Okay.
the
Good.
only the only thing that I can say that's bad about like that I might point you other I've done a whole bunch of fucking homework on portables this year because I find the
I can tell.
interesting, fascinating. Bob Wolf, if y'all have never heard of him, he does a bunch of videos on different handhelds
Mm-hmm.
and he did one that's like a review of the Iron Odin 2 Mini, which is like the form factor of a Vita, and did
Okay.
one that is like the form factor of a GBA SP. You know, that
Yeah.
Yeah, like that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
I will say with all of that kind of stuff though, is they all have different specs. So if you just want to run everything, a deck is still your best bet.
Exactly. I get it.
That's
I
fair.
get it.
So yeah. Um yeah. And even then, if you're looking to do 360 and PS3, then it's still kind of
Right. No, of
rocky.
course. You want
Same
it to be good, but that's just the state of emulation right now.
same with original Xbox. Like original Xbox is a case where the deck I've actually had better experiences with on original Xbox than my own computer. Funnily enough.
Interesting.
I don't know why. I can't
Right.
figure it out. Maybe I just configured the BIOS wrong because EmuDeck handles a lot of that shit for you. But yeah. So something to consider. I do think that, but if you're looking to do PS2, GameCube, and back, I cannot recommend the deck enough. Like,
Cool.
just once
Yeah.
again, make sure you go on websites or make sure you dump your own BIOS from the hardware that you own.
Yep. Agreed.
I actually do own a PS2, but
Yeah, you do. So do I.
up, and I totally dumped my own BIOS. Ew.
Yep. Yep.
I totally went through the colossal pain in the ass of dumping my own BIOS. Um, yeah, and then the other thing is with the deck, I will say I do recommend the OLED over the regular still though, even if you're just looking to
Sure.
get a cheap one. It has better battery life by like a good like wide margin and a better screen. So it like
Yep.
even if you get the cheaper OLED, it's like 550, which not bad considering we're about to live in a world where Switch 2 is going to be $400.
Right.
Um, I feel
Yep.
I feel like anything, whatever my mind is comfortable with for pricing, I just need to add $100 to whatever the realistic expectation now is,
Yep.
which is shitty, but it's true.
That's the world we're in.
Like a top of the line graphics card is $800. No, 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 no. Add $100. A
Uh,
game console is $400. No, add $100. Well,
right.
like it's just, yeah. Anyway,
Is what it is.
speaking of portables though, uh,
Mm-hmm.
Phil Spencer did a interview with IGN Live during Summer Games Fest. The thing that Jeff used to do, now Ryan McCaffrey does, basically.
Right.
Except it was only 30 minutes instead of an hour.
Oh,
And
okay.
uh, they asked him a question in regards to, hey, a lot of people are hearing about an Xbox handheld. A lot of people are wanting an Xbox handheld, and we've even talked on this show that it makes perfect sense. I would love an Xbox handheld. Being able
Sure.
to easily play, like, assuming that it can play 360 games that I've downloaded, like, yes, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm a boomer gamer and I want my boomer games. Um,
Sure.
and he said, and this is what Phil Spencer said. Um, the future for us in hardware is pretty awesome. The work the team is doing around different form factors, different ways to play, I'm incredibly excited about. But today was about the games. But we will still have time to come out and talk more about the platform and we can't wait to bring it to you. And then he asked about, well, if Xbox were to do a handheld, would it be a dedicated gaming platform where you play games locally, like a deck or a Switch, or cloud-based? Phil Spencer said, I think being able to play games locally is really important.
Yep.
So what this
Yep.
tells us, Phil Spencer doing his best not to get in trouble with his boss,
Right.
um, is basically saying there's an Xbox handheld that is going to run locally, like a deck or a Switch.
Which I would expect.
I think that could potentially be really awesome. I think that.
Well, that's the thing, right? It could potentially be really awesome.
Their hardware teams actually have been on point for a while now.
Yes.
Like the 1X has been great, the Series X and S both great. Like yeah, like that. There's a
Yep.
lot of good good stuff going on in regards to that. So this is actually something I'm fairly optimistic for the versus their games department, where I'm just like, if it comes out and it's on time,
Right.
you know,
Yeah. We'll see, right? Like,
yep.
I can be hopeful about that being as good as it can be. And we'll see. I don't know what they're going to charge. I don't know what it's going to be able to do, what it's going to play.
I'm a firm believer. I am more leaning towards consoles these days, especially in the portable space, just because of the extra fucking bullshit hoops when it comes to PC is like extra annoying on a portable device. It's the same reason why I have stuck with iPhone all this time, where like everyone's like, the Droid can do this, I can sideload PS1 games onto it and do all this shit with Android. I'm like, I need to make calls, listen to music, and take pictures. I don't need this
See,
shit
your
on my
situation.
phone.
Yeah.
I don't care. You know? Versus, like, yes, I want my computer to do all this shit. I want my desktop to be the most absurdly bloated fucking do everything device imaginable. You know? But,
Right.
like, for my portable devices, like, that's the last thing I want. You know?
That's fair.
You know, I love the deck can run emulators though, and that's but
it's huge.
A big part of me liking that is largely because sorry is largely because like Nintendo refuses to do anything worth a shit with their live service. Like if Nintendo decided to just put every game that matters on their goddamn Nintendo Switch Online.
Yeah.
Yeah. This week they put the Game Boy Mega Man games on it.
Okay.
Yep.
Great. Cool. Thanks,
guys. Versus, you know, Pokemon just nowhere to be found. Still. They put Golden Sun. Great choice. Love it.
Sure.
Love to see it. But also, like, you know, there's a million Game Boy Advance games, and it's like, come the fuck on
they just
already.
Don't wanna. They just don't want to.
You know, like they have every Mario Advance game in Minish Cap on here, but not any of the Metroid. Or they have Metroid Fusion, but not God damn it, Zero Mission. They don't have Zero Mission. They have Golden Sun, but they don't have any of the Final Fantasies. They have, like just it's so fucking weird, and like, you know, they're doing like this one I understand because Sony did it forever, and I understand the business practice. They're finally bringing GameCube games to Switch, but they're HDifying them and tweaking them and putting them out for, you know, $50 to $60. Which,
okay,
hey, you know what? Fine. I have asked for Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door to come back for 20 years. You want to bring it back for $60? I get it. I'll accept it. I'm not gonna complain. You know, they put Pikmin 1 and 2 together in and HDified them with new controls and put them out for $50. You know, they did Metroid Prime for $40. Like, Nintendo, if you want to keep just remastering and HDifying and cleaning up your GameCube games and putting them out, I'm not gonna complain.
Just put them out.
You know, just fuck it. I like that's the thing is like everyone's like, well, oh, you're just gonna pirate it. No, motherfucker, I will buy them again. You know, I will.
I will pay the however much it's going to be for
that's
this game, just as long as they bring it out.
That's the infuriating part about Sony and about Microsoft. I will pay for your stupid sub or buy your fucking game. You just need to let me do that. You know, shut up and take my money.
Right.
But they're like, no, it's not commercially viable enough to dump a ROM and an emulator on our fucking machine. Apparently.
Apparently.
You know.
You're just gonna keep doing this. I'm tired of it.
Like PS2, like Sony's the worst one by far. Like they're the worst one. Like we have one PS2 game that matters, like 2 PSP games that matters, like 3 PS1 games. None of the PS3 catalog works, but hey, it doesn't work on fucking PC fully either, so I can't get too mad at you for that one. But like, bruh, like come on.
Yeah. Yep.
Like Nintendo at least is doing something. And Xbox has actually been fairly great. It's like Xbox, I can't really complain. It's like if EA won't play ball with their licensing, we can't get Burnout 3. We're sorry. Like that's just the way it goes. You know.
Get mad at EA.
Go yell at EA. Like we as the platinum form holder are doing everything we can.
We've done all the yelling we can do.
We've done all the yelling. We made the money push with probably the budget for this that's small because it's not probably a huge project. Like, yeah. So did everything we can do, man. Sorry. Versus like Nintendo's like, we're gonna hand them out piecemeal, a couple at a time each year. You know? And then you got Sony, which is just like, well, we pull a name out of the hat and we just hasn't picked the good ones yet, guys. I'm sorry.
Dang.
Uh,
Better luck next time.
Do you want to play? Checks notes. Jak and Daxter Frontier on the PSP?
I'm sorry, what?
Just whatever.
Pulls
whatever.
the name out of the hat.
I'd rather have my precursor legacy Jak 2, Jak 3.
Well, all of those actually are on there. Those are all on the service. Those are all on PS4.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
They do have those. Okay.
And Jak X. You can get them in a giant bundle. But like,
I don't know, just weird choices.
Oh, you want to play the older Ratchet and Clank games? Please go fuck yourself.
Yes, I do. Oh,
That's funny.
Yeah, like I don't know what to fucking say. Like, so Xbox handheld. Other Xbox news is Starfield finally puts out the creation kit, so modders can do everything they want to actually do. You know,
that's good. Yeah.
Only took them 9 months.
Only took them 9 months.
Good luck.
They've added a bunch of fixes to the game and extra stuff to the game and whatnot. So yeah. I don't know. I might go back to it and poke around in it because I have a Game Pass sub, and I'm curious to see if they've improved some things.
Sure.
My favorite part about this coming out, though, and the game being able to easily be modded now, is my friend David messaging me and going, "Hey, Starfield's finally allowed to be good."
Yeah,
I mean, look, they're not wrong.
Absolutely not wrong.
I was fucking dying when he sent me that, though. Like, oh lordy. So
Starfield, man, I just.
What, the 9th best-selling game of this year? What could be wrong with it? Oh.
The fact that it's in the top 10 for best-selling games of the year. Even before this modding service was available, that is saying something.
A lot of people really like those games. I am of the mindset that they have aged like milk, and it keeps getting worse with every release. So, but
people are still playing the hell out of Skyrim and Fallout 4, so there's that.
Yeah, well, they just put out the PS5 version and the Series X version of Fallout 4, and I saw Mitch, a friend of Aaron and I from high school, playing Fallout 4 on PSN, and I'm just like, all right, that's an interesting use of your time.
You know, some people like Fallout 4.
Apparently.
They really do, I guess. All right.
I mean, the show, from what I hear, is pretty good. So
The show's great.
that may
And the
explain
show's
the
helping.
yeah.
I can wholeheartedly recommend the show. It's fantastic. 10 out of
He
Yeah.
10.
is on my queue, so I think once I'm done today, I'm probably gonna start watching that.
Um
Finally.
so
All right.
yeah, so there's that. And then the last news story we have is Destiny 2 related.
Okay.
So, Bungie put out a video this week about what is happening next for. So they had a whole plan set up. It's like the raid last weekend, and then after the raid is beaten, they'll schedule a day and time to show what's happening next. And they did. It was Monday morning, and it was a video that was about 5 minutes long, and being like, "Yep, this is what's happening next." And they showed off the preview of the new season. They showed what we're doing in the upcoming seasons, or episodes as they're called. They're not called seasons anymore. They're called
Right.
episodes, and what is happening with those episodes. Like in episode 3 of this year, we're going back to the Dreadnought from the Taken King, as an example. Um,
Okay.
um, but the thing that they end it with is, hey, year 11 of Destiny, and then it zooms in on this little speck of light, and then it shows the Destiny 2 logo, or it says the Destiny logo, like the tricorn, and then the number
Mm-hmm.
2, codename Frontiers. And
Yeah.
everyone thought it was gonna be Destiny 3. Every leaker who has been like active and like paying and like doing like accurate leaks for this game has said Destiny 3 is in the works. Um,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
and the and now what is happening is what most people think is that 2 was going to turn into a 3 when they actually do a proper reveal.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
I'm trying to keep a hold on uh my mind because the idea is this Destiny 2 becomes Destiny 3.
mhm.
They use the word frontiers.
Uh-huh.
Do they finally deliver on what was promised with Destiny that has not been fulfilled ever?
So, here is a big part of the Destiny problem. The engine
Mm,
is a giant albatross just suffocating the game and the developers.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
It is real. Every leak since Destiny 1 has been this engine sucks to work in. Even making the
Mm-hmm.
smallest changes is a giant, like hours long pain in the ass.
Right.
And it makes for great shooting, but otherwise making a game in this blows.
Right.
And that's why that there's been a lot of grind gating and padding and whatnot and things of that nature. So what a lot of people are thinking is this is going to be another Destiny 2 style reset. So in Destiny 1, the stuff that carried over from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2 was only the look of your Guardian. That's it. Everything else, bye bye. Gear, weapons, whew, disappeared.
Start from
Um,
scratch.
yeah, and they explained that in the lore. They did a story thing with it where, the Traveler was captured and you got separated from the light and the tower was destroyed, so all your shit was destroyed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Um, so the idea with this would be something similar where they make basically Destiny 2 but in an engine that doesn't suck ass to make games in. You know?
Okay.
Valid.
All right.
And it's going to launch with probably Destiny 2 or 1 amount of content where there isn't going to be 8 years worth of exotics. There's going to be like 10 exotics and the biggest leak that has happened is the no more set classes. Every single character can play every single subclass. Is is
Right.
the is the
Shit.
game plan?
Interesting.
Um,
Okay.
I think that's cool. I think that's a neat idea as long as you can make it look like whatever subclass you want. Like you can make it
Right.
Mm-hmm.
look like a Titan or look like a Hunter or look like a Warlock. Um,
Mm,
so
I don't know. Yeah.
but I think that's a great idea. I think that they have gotten as close as they can get in this engine to fulfilling that promise.
Oh yeah, no, I think an engine redo for it I think is a good idea.
I think the hardest part about this, because remember, Destiny 1 was only around for 3 years when they moved to 2,
Right.
right? So like, yeah, you had some stuff built up, and there'd been 3 raids, and there's been a bunch of stuff, but like losing all of that didn't hurt that bad. Like, yeah, it sucked, but it
Sure.
wasn't the end of the world. But losing all of the shit you've done in Destiny 2, which has like 9 raids and all this shit and all these, like, it's the big problem when you make an MMO sequel.
Yeah.
Is that one, it needs to be so much better that like moving is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Um, and then two is like you just like it's hard to get everyone to like lose all their stuff that they've built up over all this
Right.
time. Because part of the appeal of MMOs is it's a persistent character and world. Like using my experience with World of Warcraft, I have mounts that I unlocked in 2005,
Right.
and I still use them. Like it's
It.
like I have transmog that I unlocked forever ago, still use it. So it's you know, and I just don't think it's realistic to have like all the exotics and all the weapons from Destiny 2 in Destiny 3 if it's using a new engine and a new everything.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if it's coming out next fucking year.
Right.
Yeah. Could be
I'd
wrong.
be shocked if it came out next year, but
Well, I mean, they're saying year 11, codename Frontiers.
man, that'd be wild. That'd be a wild reveal.
Marathon's also supposed to come out next year, but, you know.
God, I just don't. They're gonna have to support both of those games at the same time.
I mean, they have 2 separate teams for it, so that's the good news.
Okay.
So,
I
but
wish the best of luck to them.
Destiny's fucking awesome, especially now. Like,
It's we've had some changes in opinion over the years with Destiny. Destiny has not
Destiny in its
helped its
current
own case.
state is awesome. Destiny in its current state is
Yes.
great. Like
Yes.
the grind is
And
lower than ever. You have
yep.
there are multiple ways to get exotics. Like they've made gear. They've done a great job of doing. I always felt that doing a middle ground between Guild Wars gearing and WoW/Final Fantasy gearing was very hard. Because
Mm,
Guild Wars gearing is you get the Ascended gear and then you're done.
right.
Unless you want to do a different build, then you have to get a new set of gear for that build. Unless you have legendary gear, which you can just swap stats on.
Mm-hmm.
Versus WoW and Final Fantasy, which is, yeah, every 3 to 5 months you need to farm new gear
Right.
entirely, top head to toe. Destiny is like, okay, you need to farm the gear you like, um, and then fully upgrade it, but then you're done. You
Yep.
have the gear, and then once a year you need to power farm for it and get the
Right.
power level for it up. So you have and we'll put out new weapons to if you like them enough, you can swap out for your old weapons.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like this season,
Yeah, this season for
this
sure.
this season the call, man, so good.
Right. It's yeah, it's I like where it's at right now. And it continues to be the game like for years now. Through its ups and downs. Like you look at what this game is from a visual perspective and how it feels and all that. Like this is one of the coolest, most interesting video games out there.
Mhm.
And it's been a shame that it's been such an up and down ride for them. But I hope with Destiny 3 the chance to make a brand new engine for it and really start expanding and going forward. I think there's a real amazing future ahead.
Yes, and I, playing the game now, I'm just like, man, this art is great. The shooting feels good. These guns are so fun, and when you combine these guns, like the way you can make your exotics and your work together, where it's like, okay, I have a bunch of mods that generate ammo into my clip when I kill shit with a kinetic gun. All right, awesome.
Yep.
Or
Yep.
another perfect example is using like Actium War rig with my sweet business, and I can fire my gun for 90 seconds straight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or that build I sent you last night, Aaron, where Osteostriga or Thorn plus the Necro gauntlets plus the Necro build, you just make a
Right.
fucking poison gas room.
Yep. Yep. Like there's a whole bunch of fun stuff you can do and build and try out all
Mm.
over the place in Destiny.
And I think its raids are the best in the business. I really do. I think the level of communication they require and planning they require is just a lot more interesting than WoW and Final Fantasy or Guild Wars even.
I'm very interested in trying it out.
Because like you've done Final Fantasy raiding, which is you have a shot caller, your raid leader, and you kind of just follow what they say and you do the dance. In WoW, there's a little more thought, but it's still like shot caller, follow the mechanics, do the thing, but you can't really have a shot caller in Destiny raids because you have to be communicating what is happening on two different sides a lot of the time. Like you'll
Right.
like Deepstone Crypt has a boss fight where you have a ceiling that is glass and someone has to go underneath it and the people up top have to direct that person where to go in a maze. While the other
Right.
people in the team are fighting off the bad guys doing the directions. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. It's fun.
It's so fucking sick. So sick.
It's a good game as long as they keep it, keep doing good stuff. Like just keep it up. And this final expansion is I think going to give them the momentum they need.
Yep. And then the last piece of news we have, Call of Duty is not actually 309 gigs.
Okay.
So the reason why it is listed as 309 gigs, that is assumed you have everything installed that's in that Call of Duty launcher. Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, and Black Ops 6.
Right.
This is so yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
thank
Not
God.
Yep.
right.
Yeah, so
Yep.
still, it's probably still going to be a lot because I have everything installed for the last Black Ops game and it's still 198 gigs. So,
Okay. Good lord.
I
Ooh.
mean, Destiny's
So make some
150.
space, boys.
Destiny's 150. Final Fantasy, I think, is cracking 100 with Dawn Trail. I know
Yep.
WoW's cracking 100 with War Within. Like, just people, we're in the world of 100 gig games, 100 to
Yep.
200 gig games.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, I'm playing it right now. It's 150 gigs.
Well, that game's massive.
Yep. So.
Oh, I need to clear some more space.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
My advice to everyone is just suck it up and shell out the money for the big hard drive. Like it's
Yeah.
worth it. Worth it. Worth every penny. Anyway, that's the news.
News. It's over.
News. All
All
right,
right.
what you been playing?
New season of Speedstorm just came out this last week. It is the characters of Inside Out.
Of course.
So
Okay.
Okay.
your
Hey.
racers are the original 5 emotions,
All
which is
right.
All
great.
right. Cool.
The anger emotion seems like it'd be the
Um,
most fun.
I have not unlocked him yet. I think he's part of next of part two's update, which would be in about a month. No, so far it's Fear and Joy.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Joy is your speedster, which appropriate.
Sure.
But I'm excited to get the others, and I'm excited to play more later. The other game that I've been playing, and I was so happy when I got this.
Mm-hmm.
I have
Uh-huh.
to bring him out.
Oh, look at
Oh,
him.
right.
Who wanna play?
Awesome.
Yes, Sly Cooper is officially available for PlayStation Plus members at the premium tier, or if you want to shell out $10, it's available there.
Yep,
So
just $10
Cool.
game download.
yeah, and it's only like 8.5 gigs for PS5. So there you go.
Hell
Yep.
yeah, buddy. Good old Sly Cooper.
Yeah, they actually
It's been a minute.
did an up-res pass on it. Like they're emulating it at a higher res.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and
Yep.
it looks good. It really took me back to when I played it on PS2. Way
Nice.
back. I'm
Good.
like, this is my boy. This is my boy. That's so happy.
Sweet. Sly Cooper.
And I did play Astro's Playroom.
Oh,
And
you finally got around to that, eh? What'd you think?
Yeah,
Sick, right?
pure nostalgia trip.
It's yeah, it's a they
It was
did a
so fun. I'm excited for Astrobot in September, and yeah, this game was a pure nostalgia trip for me.
yeah.
Cool.
It was great.
Fantastic.
So good.
All right, well, cool. Good to hear. I loved Astro's Playroom. That game was dope. That game was so good. I implored everyone who bought a PS5 that they should play it. Like it was just so damn good.
And I will gladly share that same sentiment.
Yep.
Absolutely play it.
So yeah, and then all right, so that's what so you did Sly and some Speedstorm and some Masterbot. All right.
And some Astrobot.
And then let's see. All right, Aaron, did you do anything besides Destiny?
Recently, I don't think so, actually.
Because I actually
Like, it's
remember.
just been.
Oh, sorry. I remembered some of mine that weren't Destiny before we dive into the Destiny talk. But
Okay. Let me look back at my library real quick. Okay. I haven't played very much of this, so I can't talk about it too much. But I've been playing some V Rising with a couple friends.
oh yeah,
One of my friends got that.
Vampire Diablo.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Interesting. I played about 5 hours so far. You know, kind of survivally, kind of, and just building castles, collecting materials, crafting, needing to level up and defeat monsters. It seems that its campaign mode is such that you're leveling up enough to defeat these monsters that have a little bit of lore expanding on the world each time, and so you're just kind of going through this line of bosses in this large world. And I'm in a private server, so I'm not dealing with randos, because randos would be a lot to deal with.
They would fuck everything up.
Yeah.
I'm not that kind of player, you know. I don't
Yeah, no.
I don't fuck with that. So it's a PvE private server, and yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. It hasn't been like mind blowing or anything, but it's a nice game to play with friends who are interested in similar vampiric themes. So,
Fun.
yeah,
All right.
it was all right. Not much to say beyond that.
Right on. I put some time into that Big Boy boxing demo. That Punch Out clone.
Yeah.
So I picture like, all right. So picture Punch Out, but instead of the Punch Out dudes, you are fighting a bunch of dudes who feel like they were made by the Pizza Tower people.
Okay.
That like it is just weird, frenetic. Like the first person you fight, like the ice cold killer, you punch like in his second phase he turns into a giant buff fucking monster, you know, and all his fangirls freak out and shit. Yeah, like it's
okay.
Yeah, it's very much Punch Out though. If you like Punch Out, it is the new Punch Out. In fact, there is a guy in the game that you go against that literally looks like King Hippo.
Okay, cool.
And yeah, it's their first game, Soup Masters. And yeah, no, I've really enjoyed the demo. I'm a big Punch Out fan, so
Yeah.
yeah. So and
Fun. Love it.
then I did the Iron Meat demo. Yeah, that game is cool. Yo dog, do you like Contra? Do you want really violent version of Contra with that
All right.
dark as fuck? Then here you go.
Sure. Great.
You want dark and violent Contra. It seems like it'd be fun to do co-op. Yeah. So,
Okay. Cool.
did that, and then I spent a shit ton of time in Destiny 2.
That's right.
A lot of time in Destiny 2. So I finished the Final Shape campaign on Legendary. I mean the full
Okay.
thing, all 34 steps. One, if you do all 34 steps, you get 2 exotics. A sniper rifle that, if you get precision shots with it, you get golden gun with it, like the
Mm-hmm.
hunter super, but as a gun ability. And then I got
Right.
Ergo Sum, which I talked to you about, which you also can farm multiple Ergo Sums by doing map weeklies. And
Right.
I farmed a second one, which was no big deal. But the third one that I ended up farming this morning, Rapid Final Blows creates a fucking lightning storm.
That sounds great.
It's so fucking awesome. Like literally, I'm
That
just
sounds
like,
good.
yeah, like I got overwhelmed in an onslaught run this morning. I was like, murder, 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 murder with the sword, and then just lightning storm happens. I'm just like, wow, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
shooting is still top tier. I'm still kind of trying to figure out a good build, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm really enjoying it. Like the shooting feels great. All the activities are fun. PvP, Gambit, Onslaught, they've kind of made them all great modes. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of just like always looking through my exotic and legendary libraries to find guns that feel like good for the situation. Um, funnily enough, I was actually looking up builds for you and Anthony last night and gear for you and Anthony last night. Anthony likes
Okay.
scout. Anthony likes scout rifles, and one of the best scout rifles in the game that's easy to get, and it's easy to get. The problem is it's just a random drop from PvP Ingrams.
Okay.
You just need to
Yeah.
PvP until you get it. Yeah.
Which, that the trick is getting Anthony to just let go and like whatever happens in PvP happens. The point is you're just gonna shoot guns and try things until you get the drops.
Until you get your Randy's throwing knife and then leave. Yeah.
Right.
Like
Yep.
um so yeah. I did Trials of Osiris. It's still a sweat factory.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah.
Um
Glad it's there.
don't recommend it, but I wanted to cap out my weekly gear faster, so I was just like fuck it. It gives
Exactly.
weekly gear.
Try it. Yep.
Um yeah. So that was cool, and then I'm kind of just dying to get into raid night. I miss Destiny raiding. Like, I'm just dying to get into fucking raid night, man. Like super hardcore.
We're getting
Um,
there, man.
yeah, like it's in a week, and it
Everyone's got to get geared.
yeah, which you're there. You hit the minimum, and you have at least a build. You're at the
Yes,
minimum with
a
a
build.
build, so you're good. You looked, like we got it. You just
I
need to,
can optimize. I can work on optimizing, but I got plenty of time.
yeah. Anthony is the one I'm concerned about because like, okay, we gotta cap him out to not only we got him into 1945, and we need to get him a build of some sort.
1945 will not take long.
No, it's
Not at all.
no,
It's the build.
it's the build that's like the hard part, especially because like the exotics he has is kind of limited. Like you at least have some like he did not have any prior exotics, so he's kind of just
Okay.
he's at the
Yep.
mercy of next week's Zur and the stuff he gets in the campaign. Yeah.
See, and that's the funny thing is I've been getting exotics dropped, and so
Yeah.
I'm just like, what's going on, guys?
Yeah. Like I have a bunch of old shit. Like I have a feeling at some point during that run I'm gonna have to pull out that sweet business build. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just all
Yeah.
right. Fire in this chain gun for 90 straight seconds. Let's go.
Right.
Yeah. So. But yeah, that game. It's just they've honed it to a point of look, we've stripped away the bullshit, we've stripped away the grind gating.
Yep.
It is just the good stuff you want.
Right.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Yeah, and it continues to be fantastic. I love looking at it. I love hearing it. I love feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then yeah, so we're gonna start a series of raid streams here,
Yep.
and that'll be really interesting to see.
So I believe we're going in a release order, which
Right.
which means let me pull up the list. Means we'll be doing Vault of Glass, Crota's End, then Kingfall. Then we're
Mhm.
gonna be doing Last Wish, Crown of Sorrow. Oh wait, no, I don't think that's in the game anymore. No, I need to check if Crown of Sorrow is vaulted. I want to say it and Scourge of the Past are both vaulted.
Mm.
Um, yeah, okay, so Scourge of the Past. I know Leviathan was for sure vaulted. Okay, so okay, the ones that are still in the game are Garden of Salvation, Last Wish, Deep Stone Crypt, or Vow of the Disciple, Root of Nightmares, and Salvation's Edge. Those are all the ones that we'll be targeting. And then,
Okay.
yeah, so those are going to be the ones we're doing. And then, if we really want to, I imagine they're going to bring back Pantheon, which is like raid boss gauntlets. So we have the option to do
Mhm.
that. And then, if we're feeling real good, we can go and do the dungeons. But yeah, but for now though, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 raids.
All right.
So,
All right.
yep. Um,
It's gonna be interesting.
yes, I'm very curious to see how. I never finished it, but Vow of the Disciple, that's the one with the alphabet encounter.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
one's gonna be interesting. Uh,
Sure will.
and then the other one that's gonna be interesting, for the opposite reason, is Root of Nightmare, because Root of Nightmare was apparently so easy that people were soloing it by the time that
Oh my god.
and then also like on contest mode, people were just going in there with 6 Rat Kings and cleaning everything up.
Oh
So
man. Okay.
so yeah,
Jesus.
so there's a lot of so yeah, there's some range. The only ones of these I've done is I've done Vault of Glass, I've done King's Fall, and I've done parts of Last Wish and Deepstone Crypt.
Okay.
So yeah, um, yeah, no, it should be good. And the thing is there's reasons to run them multiple times because they drop really good shit across
Right.
the board. Root of Nightmare drop. I'm basically gonna be farming that easy raid Root of Nightmare until I get the shotgun I want.
Hell yeah. I'm
Um,
down.
yeah, conditional finality is what it's called. So, and
Conditional finality. Interesting.
yeah,
Okay.
we don't know much about the newest raid because well, it's the newest raid.
Right.
What we do know is the recommended power level is 1965, and
1965. Yeah.
and and it
Wow.
and it drops a really good linear fusion rifle, and that's kind of it. So
Okay.
looking forward to doing that. I think realistically we can clear most raids the week of that we do them. I think the
Okay.
exceptions from it kind of depends on how fast everyone gets at staying alive and good at staying alive and all that stuff. But the ones I think that are
Yeah.
gonna
Well.
be real hard are gonna be Vow of the Disciple and the newest one.
Mm.
Um, you know, so we'll see. But yeah,
All right.
and then yeah, so for right now though, gotta get Anthony in a full set of purples with a build. He seems to be favoring the auto rifle Quicksilver Storm, which is,
Huh.
I mean, that's a great gun. Like that's an S
Sure.
tier
Sure. Sure.
gun.
It's just
Like,
interesting.
and he can run
That's a
it.
fun part of this game. There's so many good, different kinds of guns. It's interesting to see what people pick.
Yeah, like my most common run is Osteo Striga and a hand cannon.
Mm-hmm.
It's honestly made. I like Osteostriga and Thorn so much. I have thought about running a Warlock to do that one build.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, like I'm gonna be honest. I would probably if there's a week in the tower where Zur brings the necrotic grips, I would honestly be like, fuck it, I'm gonna run a Warlock.
Right? Hell yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Well.
Oh man. Yeah, that's probably what we're gonna be playing this week. So get
Yeah.
ready.
And then the last thing is I'm chugging away at Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I just hit the gold saucer. Just got to the gold saucer.
Oh shit.
There's
All right.
there's a fun Star Fox clone in it. Yeah, so that's
Okay.
fun. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I really enjoy the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth so far. I am finding the side content to be kind of dry.
Okay.
I did run into some side content where they were trying to scam us with a fake kidnapping.
Oh.
That was funny.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
But yeah. So I'm checking my way through that game. Main story's great. Side content's kind of starting to fall flat for me. Like I'm just kind of tired of just going to rooms and fighting dudes and getting told like one line of meaningful dialogue and then leaving.
Sure.
So I'm kind of at the point where I'm just gonna get the only side content I want to do is unlocking summons and then beelining to the end.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Damn.
but
Godspeed for Night of the Round then. Oh wait, no. Is Night of the Round in this one or is it gonna be in 3?
it's in 3. The big ones in this one are Odin and Bahamut. Those are the easier,
Oh boy.
yeah. Which even then, I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, I can skip
It's whatever.
Odin. Like I'm sure that the animations and everything are cool, but you know, yeah. So I don't know. I'll see how that goes. I'm looking forward to being done with that, and then I can move over to Dragon's Dogma and keep
Yep.
going. Yeah.
Finally.
And then yeah, that Elden Ring DLC is out in 4 days, and I'm sitting here going like, fuck, man,
Oh shit.
I should I should finish Elden Ring.
That'd be a good idea.
Yeah. What's really funny
I mean, it wouldn't
is
be too bad.
what?
Mm.
It wouldn't be too bad if you finished Elden Ring, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know. Well, you want to know what's funny about Elden Ring? This new DLC. Apparently, this new DLC is a locked behind a boss. Only 30% of players finished, or something like that.
Wow, that is crazy.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, he's
I
kind
saw
of.
that there were some people that were starting a campaign to like load into other people's games to help them get past it so they can access the DLC.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is awesome. I love the Elden
That is
Ring
awesome.
community. The Elden Ring community is so just heartwarming. They're like, no, we want you to see this magic of this game, so we're gonna come and help you.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah.
Yep.
I do love how in the beginning of that game, when you get to the top of the map, you can go left, which is a normal progression path that's like normal difficulty curve, or you can go right into absolute nightmare land.
Yep.
Oh, buddy. Oh
Yep.
no.
Choose how you want to experience this.
Ditto.
Oh
um,
Like a
boy.
linear path. Thank you very much.
but yes, the interesting part about that boss though is it's mainly 62 players. 62% of players haven't beaten it because it's in just a weird hidden area.
Oh, interesting.
Oh.
Yep.
Huh. All right.
Yep.
Well, cool. I wish the best of luck to all the people that are gonna be playing some Elden Ring.
Yep.
Good.
Aaron, you gonna come back? You gonna try? You finish?
Absolutely not. Nope. Not a fucking chance.
That's a no chance in hell, my
I need
dude.
No.
I need to talk. We need to check on Ninja with his COVID, and then we also need to talk to him about hey, when is your work stuff clearing up, so that way we can just finish Dark Souls finally.
Oh, right.
Yeah, still need to finish that shit.
I
Yep.
forgot.
You know, I'm gonna sit down and tell him like, look, we just want a beeline to the ending. Give us fucking directions.
That's all. That's all we need here.
Yeah.
That's
so,
funny.
Oh God.
so, all right. I think that's a show.
I think that's a show.
That's a
Is
show.
it? Ah, damn.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. We'll be
Beautiful.
back. We'll be back next. There have been some rumblings in the Discord about people wanting to play Street Fighter, so who knows? We might hop on sometime this week if people are willing. We'll see though. But
Maybe.
definitely Destiny next weekend along with the podcast. And who knows? I might stream some of my Destiny stuff throughout the week. I'm just not sure how interested people are going to be in me doing my weeklies in silence.
Right.
Yeah.
Look, you gotta. I don't know if we can arrange time where I'm able to jump on, then maybe we can talk
Yeah,
or something.
I'll
But
have to,
I don't know.
I'll have to look at that schedule thing you did because I'm out like I am free basically every weekday night from like 6:30 to 11 except for Wednesday and Friday where I'm free from like 9 or 10 until 12 because
Right.
yeah, you know, date night stuff.
My Tuesdays and Thursdays are very much dependent on how much shit I need to get done.
Fair, I get that. Like I have turned my Saturday morning into chore and errand day.
Yep.
That's like Saturday I get up and like I I have finally found a perfect Saturday routine into tricking myself into doing some stuff.
Uh-huh.
Uh so I do my lazy Saturday for the first like hour and a half and then I just force myself to do a chore and then my brain is
Mm-hmm.
like I have to do the rest now.
Right.
And then I can fuck off for the rest of the day. Which,
That's an interesting. Okay.
to
Cool.
be fair, like outside of the dishes, we actually have been pretty good about staying up on like chores and shit.
All
Dishes,
right.
dishes, and the kitchen counter are the kind of things that like we and especially me have let go to hell. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
you know, like yeah. So
Oh, all right. Well, we'll keep you updated if we end up doing anything.
yeah, we will. All right.
Keep you updated on the Discord. So
Yes, on the Discord, and hopefully the podcast audio won't be fucked this week. Uh, so when we post it. Alright,
yeah.
bye guys, we love you.
All right. See ya.